And we're live. Look here, I got a set list tee on 12/30/90. You think I was going to show you my breasts? Nope, just showing you my t-shirt, 12/30/96. Pretty killer set list tee. You know, I probably don't talk about those set list tees enough. I wear them in the videos, but I should probably give that guy a shout out every time. He's nice enough to send me all these cool videos, t-shirts to wear in my videos. Guess I could show them off now. I'll show them off in one of the videos that nobody watches. Makes a lot of sense. That's one of my favorites. I'll show you my two favorites. You get the ideas. I like the ones that just have the dates on the front, because then people are like, what's up with that? Why you just got a random date on the front of your shirt? But then on the back, it's got the set lists and whatnot. Pretty neat. And then they don't all just have dates on the front. This thing here, it's got a pair of tweezers on the front. Now, I know what you're thinking. Those are tweezers? Sure that's not part of the female anatomy? And it's got the set list on the back. Blossom. Is that the one with the blossom possum? We don't know. And then there's, of course, this shirt. This was not a set list tee. I just bought it online somewhere. I don't even know. Just Google it. People have asked me. Although there are a couple imposters where the font's not quite as cool as that one, that original one. So I got like 3 hours before I go to work today. I did something honest today. Very proud of myself. I went to the bank and withdrawed some money. And the dude gave me too much money. He actually gave me an extra $20. Yeah, I'm not either, Scott. You're right, though. I've been hearing the baker's dozen thing for months and months now, which does seem like, you know, the way they're running their career right now, another residency at MSG would make sense. Can't say I'm personally rooting for that. I don't know. Maybe I would try to do like a show or something, 2 shows maybe. I don't know. Mary seems pretty excited about New York City. It's usually around this time of year, you know. I think it's usually January, February. You know, I could look and see exactly, but then, oh, and it's always a Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, they give you a couple days to figure it out. It just seems like a lot right now, though. And now these West Coast shows aren't even selling out. Hey, what's up, Theme? I know some people are complaining about ticket prices, but I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's just the prices. Seemed like even in fall of, was it fall of 21 where they were able to pull off some shows out on the West Coast? Like, wasn't very highly attended there either. There were some shows where, I don't know if technically they sold out or not, but I definitely remember one of the shows in Northern California, like you could, like empty seats were visible on the webcast at times. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess they're just not that big out west. I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain that. Or is it like you just had New Year's Eve in New York City? Now you got Mexico, down in Mexico, obviously. You're not going to have Mexico up in Canada. I mean, at a certain point, man, people can only afford so much, you know, and I do think it's a lot of the same people going to all these shows. It's not like, oh, yeah, well, we're doing the MSG thing for the people that live over here, and now we're doing these West Coast shows for these people. But no, man, I think it's the same people. I don't think they're like, I think Phish is even smaller than maybe we thought, you know? Like, I used to wonder, like, how many fans do they have? How many people consider themselves Phish fans that, like, have... You know, they've bought the CDs, the albums, they listen to them on Spotify, they bought tickets to shows, they talk to their friends, they bought the DVDs, they've seen Bittersweet Motel. Like, how many of them are us? How many of there are of us, I guess I should say. I'm one of them. I'm one. Is it 100,000? Is it 1,000,000? Is it 500,000? Like, I know my first Phish video, which I consider, like it was a huge video in the Phish community, you know, like that thing was like on every message board, like multiple threads about it, .net, PT, Reddit, everybody on Twitter sharing it. And it got to like 25,000 views. Like, that's not, I feel like if I was a fan of, I don't know, Eminem or U2 and I put out that video, it would have been in the hundreds of thousands, I think, right? I don't know. I just feel like that was an extremely popular Phish video, and it seemed like just about everybody that considers themselves a Phish fan, that first video got to them. And I think now it might be up to like 30,000 or something, but it's not a lot of fans. The Lawn Boy album, huh? I was it took a little bit of everything to me, but the first like studio album that I listened to a lot and really liked, I know, right? I don't think there is, Theme. I don't think there is. And they got that stats website, the XYZ or whatever it is. That's a horrible name for a website. That should just be called like fishstats.com or something. It was XXZYXZZZZ. I think that guy's like kind of a smart dude or something. You know what I mean? He's got to seem smart at his website. But yeah, I think that Phish Stats website for like their live shows, that's one of the best websites in rock and roll. Probably the best. I don't know if other bands have that. Maybe the Grateful Dead had some cool shit like that. I don't know. IHAs. I don't know why I'm always ZZYZX. Copyrighted by David ZZYZX Steinberg. Yeah, David Steinberg. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome site, I gotta say. But it's ihos.com. IHOZ. IHOZ.com. You guys know the deal. If you're one of the 100,000, is it 100,000? What's the number? I don't know what the number is. It just doesn't seem like there's very many Phish fans, though. Hey, what's up, Spud? I just think the fans they do have are super, dedicated or whatever. I mean, you got the nut butts that just listen to only Phish, and they're like proud of that. Hey, what's up, Sean? Yeah, this is an odd time of day. Glad you made it in, man. Don't usually stream. Plan on being here for a while. Like this is for 7 minutes. First time I thought about work in 7 minutes. I'm not liking this light over here, though. I'm going to have to go shut the curtain. The curtain with sunlight. The curtain with or without sunlight? Let's go without. I know we all prefer the curtain with. But what's up with those shows where they play the curtain with and Reba? Yeah, Squirming Coil will be cool. Heard from Andrew Duddy this morning. He was rooting for songs of that nature. Beneath a Sea of Stars. I think a lot of people don't, and I was guilty of it too, like the first time or two maybe on the album or whatever, Beneath the Sea of Stars, I was like, I don't know, what's this? And then people were like comparing it to Dark Star, and I'm like, oh, come on. I still haven't gone that far, but I do think it's really cool down there, especially down there in Mexico. Outdoor show at night. No. What if they wasted it on that Welcome set? Kind of like that Welcome Day. All right. My dad was supposed to go in for months and months ago. Remember that was all the way back for like Deer Creek when my dad had a little incident and went into the hospital. Well, there was like some follow-up stuff supposed to happen. He was supposed to have a small procedure. It's somehow all related to his hernia. I don't know. He doesn't give me a ton of information. It's hard to figure out what's going on exactly. But anyhow, he's kind of been uncomfortable. It's not like the end of the world. He's not dying or anything. But he's been in some pain and a lot of just uncomfortable situations for now going on months. And he was supposed to go back in this morning for a procedure. Postponed it again on him. Now, I think he was kind of grateful this morning because it was like kind of snowy and icy. It's like 15 degrees when he was, so conditions weren't great. But, it's supposed to be an outpatient thing. He told me, he was like, I don't even want you there. Don't even come, got it covered. Everything's taken care of. I'll talk to you when I get home. It got postponed again, man. All right, cool. Thanks for stopping by, Spud. Bruce Buffer. Tell Mrs. Spud we said hello. Hope she's doing all right. All right. Well, maybe a Tuesday. Is anybody at work chilling? That's what I always imagined. If I were to stream during the day, there would just be like people sitting at work, low key, watching my stream instead of working. Technically, oh man, I've lost a little bit of free. Like at my job, totally could, man. Just like have a live stream playing, working, but now I got a coworker. And it's not like I'm not allowed to listen to whatever, but I like to think I'm a considerate person, and I'm not just going to play like 8 hours of King Gizzard or Phish or whatever podcast I'm into. Working and lurking. Cool. Nice, Sean. You talking about in Squirming Coil? Yeah, there was a while there. Hey, what's up, man? Boom, 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 boom. Ah, you're at the gym. Nice, Dan. Get it done. Are you on a treadmill? Or are you pumping iron? You ain't looking at ladies' butts, are you? A lot of guys get in trouble at gyms for looking at butts. I don't know what you're supposed to look at. I guess you're supposed to just stare at the ceiling. That's what I would do if I was in a gym. I'd be like, hell no, I ain't looking at your butt, lady. I'm looking at the ceiling. Lifting, nice. I simulate lifting sometimes. It's my bench press. Up around, do some Arnold presses. Oh, yeah. Actually, I should do this kind of stuff while I live stream exercise, maybe do some butterflies. I don't know if the breathing's right there, though. The bench press, though, that was always my favorite. I did. I had some monster pecs back in my cross-country running days. Used to do some push-ups, bench press, and running. I was built. My physique was odd. Every day was chest day. It really was. I know it's kind of like a joke and a meme. Every day really was chest day. Hey, what's up, King of Cleveland? Long time no see. But I don't know about you, man, but I was kind of happy the Bengals lost. I know it's an Ohio team. They're in the division. Like, I don't really care about the Chiefs either. I've had enough of Patrick Mahomes. Hell, I didn't even like his dad. I was happy, man. I was happy. Right before I started this stream, I listened to Mr. Beat by King Gizzard, and it's still kind of in my head. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Boom. Yeah, man. Nothing against Burrow, but it's just their fans are a little obnoxious. You know what I mean? They act like, I remember the Bengals have been horrible for most of my life, okay? They made a couple Super Bowls in the 80s, and then they had a little 30-year pause where they were horrible. Like, they were the laughing stock of the league, kind of like how the Browns are right now. I remember all those years, man. Bengals fans do not. They act like, look, man, we've been dominating since the 80s. We were going to the Super Bowl with Boomer, and we've rocked ever since. No, it's not the case. You maybe had like a couple of good years with Marvin Lewis. Bengal fans are toxic. I certainly don't like hanging out with them, listening to them talk about the Bengals. They had a great year. Good for them. Got some great receivers. I do respect the way they've built their team. I mean, they got some great receivers, man. The Browns, God. Like, if you took the last decade, you could come up with like 3 great receivers, or 15 years, But they've never been in a situation. Now, like, I know, just like imagine if they had like a Braylon Edwards and a Amari Cooper type at the same time. Or, Josh Gordon, Kellen Winslow, Amari Cooper, Jarvis Landry. Like, if they had all these guys. Now, there was that one brief moment when they had Higgins, OBJ, Landry, and Njoku. Now, that wasn't bad. But that lasted like all of 1 year, maybe a half a year. Boy. See, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That call, like, obviously it was, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think of that. I mean, it was a penalty. I don't know why the guy did it. That's a rough one, though. It's hard to say. Like I just admitted, I was kind of happy the Bengals lost, but even then, it's like, man, that one was touchy. But the guy did it. He gave him a light little shove in the back, and why? Why would he do that? He was clearly running out of bounds. He just couldn't help himself, I guess. It's like when you see wet paint, you're not supposed to touch it. You just want to touch it. That's how he felt about Patrick Mahomes. Like all those guys all day long, they just want to get that son of a bitch and get him. There he goes again. I'm not going to be able to get him. I can give him a little shove in the back, though. It's illegal. Can't do that. I like the Browns' new defense coordinator. I don't know, man. I'm not real big on firing the coach. Hey, what's up? Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe it wasn't in the spirit of the rule, but I mean, the guy was already a little bit injured. They're always carrying on about safety. I don't know. They're always carrying on about safety, but yet the 49ers were in a position where they had to put a guy out there with like a blown up arm. So, and the reason they only had two quarterbacks is because the roster sizes are so small. If they cared about safety, they would just be like, whatever, keep as many players as you want. I don't know. And then I guess the teams with all the money would just whatever. But it just seems like a little bit of a. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe you might be right there, King of Cleveland. But it's odd though, because when you see it working, like we know it can work. We saw the year where they made it to the playoffs, kind of beat the Chiefs. Once again, some questionable calls in a Chiefs playoffs game. So I don't know, man. It's tough to say. Like with Hugh Jackson, we just never saw it work. Many Browns coaches, we just never got to see it work. But with Stefanski, we saw it working. Unfortunately, man, it's a lot of what ifs. What if Baker had not thrown that interception and tried to tackle the guy, and fucked up his shoulder and then tried to play through the injury? That will be a big what if. What if Baker never injured his shoulder? Were they on the right track? I mean, even then, though, like as they were making the playoffs, it still seemed like there was a little bit of like, I don't know, man. And if we get halfway into next season and they're the same thing, just inconsistent, struggling, then yeah, he's gone. And I'm pretty sure Haslam said as much. Haslam was like, look, got a new defensive coordinator with head coaching experience. That might come in handy. I did. I certainly did. Now, if you're watching this later, I don't know, man. I'm going to go well beyond 15 or 20 minutes, so the live chat won't process until the next morning or about 24 hours later. I don't know what can be done about that. Some people are like, hey, you should read the questions or comments as you're replying, but I don't always, somebody's calling me scam likely. Very likely. I'd like to know who got a hold of my number in the last month or so. I get so many scam calls here in the last month. It's just endless, about 10 a day. I can't narrow it down. Like, who got a hold of my phone number? Was it like, I don't know. I don't know who it was. Did I sign up for something new? Yeah, I know King of Cleveland. You mentioned that before. I don't know. I've just never been much of a going out and watching games guy. I don't know. I work late. I sleep late. I'm just not usually, I don't know. Sometimes around 1 o'clock, I'm just sort of getting it together for the day. And then sometimes there's days like yesterday where I get up at 6 a.m. I'm like, oh no, it's Monday. Make sure you check out the Mexico videos, part 1 and 2. I don't know. Yeah, I get that too, man. People are like, are you still interested in selling your house? I was like, I wasn't. I never was. Well, that's about it, man. Did I tell you guys about the bank incident? I think I did. Went to the bank. The guy gave me too much money. I went back and returned it. Did an honest deed. Can't really talk. Brian in says me too. So annoying. Yeah, no, what the hell? Me too. So I think that about covers it. Although I'm not going anywhere, man. I ain't leaving. I might stay here till 3 o'clock. I don't know. You guys don't have to. I know, right? I felt like I was being, and then I felt even better because at first I was like, why am I doing this, man? Hey, man, that guy made the mistake. Now I'm going out of my way to go fix his mistake. But he seemed really relieved. Like he was already aware of his screw up somehow. So when I saw how relieved he was that I would return the $20, see, now I would not return that. Now that I'd have been like, that's your problem, bud. Yeah, that's what I thought too, man. I was like, look, if I don't do this, I'm going to end up with like a flat tire or something, you know? So it didn't put me out too much. I did have to like go back over there, and it wasn't, you know, right next door exactly, but. And yeah, like I said, when I saw the relief on his face, like he was very thankful. In fact, he thanked me twice. Um, tempted to, apparently they're having an ice storm down in Dallas, huh? I remember a long, long time ago, 8, 9 years ago, when I didn't know what the hell I was doing here on YouTube. I was just doing anything for views. I did a video about the ice storm in Atlanta. This guy living in Dayton, Ohio. I don't know. I was just snagging pictures off the internet. Somebody should have put me in jail. YouTube jail. Had the clickbait thumbnail and everything, man. It worked though. I was like a pretty dead channel with like 50 subscribers, and I don't know, that video got quite a few views. It's not bad. Clickbait might be the way to go. Fake thumbnails. I don't like any of that nonsense. I don't really like where the internet's at right now in general. TBH. I don't like where YouTube's at. Like, you know, but then at the same time, I understand, man. There's a lot of loose cannons out there, so YouTube can't babysit everybody. So if you're a channel that kind of seems unprofessional to them, they're probably like, eh. Eh. So even if my channel was good and I talked about cool stuff, I don't think there would be a big chance for growth. I'm not like one of those guys, man, YouTube suppressing me. I should have 1 million subscribers. No. I'm not that. I'm not like an idiot. But it's weird. And then you just see how people watch their language. And, you know, I eliminated the word fuck a long time ago just because I fucked it too much. It was this fucking slave, and they went into fucking possum, and it's fucking coyote, man. It was fucking awesome. Just, you start to just sound like, it's kind of, it's unappealing. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this guy. It's fuck, every word. But now it's getting to the point where, like, people don't even want to say it every now and then. Like, that was fucking great or something. You know, they're like, oh, you know, they be like, I've seen like professional comedians bleep the word fuck on their podcast on YouTube. It's unbelievable, man. It's like, dude, there goes your, like, the word fuck. You're a comedian. Like, I thought George Carlin addressed all of this nonsense. And now there's like 700 of them. Forget the word fuck, man. I heard yesterday said a guy was just an expression that everybody has always used. And he was like, hey, firearm to your head, because he didn't want to use the word gun on YouTube. Hey, say what you want about that expression, whatever. But, I mean, it's just something that people say, you know? It's not like going to trigger people that are suicidal. Oh, God, I can't believe I just said that word. And then, like, a lot of the true crime stuff we listen to, it's like they'll talk about murder, stabbing, wounds, blood, but then they can't say sexual assault. Like, that's a big no-no. That'll really, really hurt you in the algorithm or something, or get you demonetized. I don't even know. It's like, wait a second. They can give graphic details of the brutal murder, blood, knives, but can't say sexual assault. You got to say essay. I mean, this just gets downright weird. You're like, essay? Essay? You talking about like an essay that like you write, or one of your friends? Is this like kind of a Spanish speaking thing? What the fuck's going on here? Essay. So I don't know. It's all boring. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't care, but it's just like, damn it. The fuck am I watching here? Did I just see a professional comedian bleep the word fuck? Then I watched some former fighters podcast, and you know, these are guys that's like they fought in a cage. They're fucking, they're a little bit wild guys, man. Come on, you say fuck. It's all right, Michael Bisping. It just bothers me. I don't know why. I just want to hear Michael Bisping say fuck. That's all, you know. Goddamn guy was unbelievably courageous in the cage. Like, just the most admirable guy you could imagine. He's like scared to say fuck on YouTube. The guy got his head knocked off by Dan Henderson. He was like, I want to go in there and fight that guy again. I would fucking never want to be in the same state as Dan Henderson if he punched me like that. Michael Bisping signed up like, I want it. Fought years to try and get it again. Hey, thanks, Phil. Karma reward. Hey, Phil, that's really cool of you, man. Appreciate that. That's nice. See, that is how it works. Yeah, nice. Yeah, see, that works. It made my day. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it. Gizzard's got a song called Head on Pill. I always think it says Phil, though, but it's Pill. No knees, one eye, shaking my head. I know, but now he's scared to say, right. Guy lost both of his knees and an eye because he was so not afraid to just put it all on the line. But now he's worried about saying fuck on YouTube. Just discouraging. And I'm not, and you're like, well, what do you want to do, dude? You want YouTube to be the Wild West? You just want to get on here and go all Andrew Dice Clay on everybody? Not necessarily, man. Or if I wanted to play that type of character, sure. I mean, I'm not condoning hate speech in any way. Like those channels, I mean, obviously there's a difference between, I don't know, like real bad speech and then just some words. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm probably not the guy to talk about it either. New Year's Eve gag 23 and the version of Phish plays the whole show with holograms. All right. Maybe not next year, though. Maybe like by 33. So does anybody else think, yeah, we're going whiteboards. Yeah, we will, for sure. Yeah, no, they see like that guy, man. Well, I don't know. I haven't actually heard much of him, but it sounds like he might be a little bit of a douchebag. I mean, the whole top G thing, just that alone makes me a little skeptical. Like you're learning to be a top G. I don't know if I want to be a top G, man. I just want to just be okay. You know what I mean? See what I mean, Michelle? I ain't trying to be no top G. I don't even know what a top G is, but I don't think I want to be one. Top Wook, yeah. The head Wook in charge. The head Chomper in charge. That's me. Although I am sometimes a Wook, too. I washed my hair a couple times this month. Calm down. No Woody B during the day, huh? That's right, what Willie thinks. The HCIC. Mid G's better than a low level G. Top G. This is top G nonsense. So he's got a theme song, the top G theme song. Hell yeah. He doesn't look super douchey, I'll say. Like, I'm sitting here looking at the thumbnail. He's talking to Piers Morgan. Like, he doesn't look like a guy that would be, I don't know. Like, he has a top G academy. He uses the word bimbo. See, I do too, but just to be funny. You know what I mean? I'm not. Like, I think I referred to Monica from the song Sing Monica. I referred to her as a bimbo once. I mean, she's not even a real person. It's a song. It's okay. This guy might actually be out there calling women bimbos, though. Hey, I've met a couple bimbos. And I don't know what you call dudes that are bimbos, but I might be one of them myself. Oh, that's right. Andrew Tate did some boxing or kickboxing. Man, we watched a kickboxing match the other night. Like, there's always kind of been this thing. It's like, how come there's been boxers that have died and no MMA guys that have died? Like, seems like that sport's way more brutal or whatever. But then, not necessarily. God, we watch this kickboxing match and you see that's like letting them get up and then the standing count. Like, man, this guy should have been done after the first one. And in MMA, Like when he got dropped, the guy likely would have followed up, landed one or two more. You know, even if the one that dropped him might have finished it. Or he certainly would have followed up and the fight would have been over within 5 or 10 seconds. But boxing, he got up, ref counts to 8, 9, 10, whatever, still checking with him. You all right? You're all right. Gives him about 20 seconds roughly to recover. They start fighting again. Within 10 seconds, he's just smashed again, down again, gets back up, goes through the whole thing. And then finally, the third and final time. Hey, thanks, Brian N. Boomski. That will definitely help go towards the Mexico webcast, too. I'm sure if they haven't announced it already, they're going to webcast these things and probably be about $100 or so, 80, 85 bucks. I don't know. Maybe you get a little discount. You buy all four, but even the webcasts are going up a little bit. People complaining about ticket prices. I'm over here complaining about couch tour prices. But thank you very much, Brian, and appreciate that. Big time. And then, so yeah, that'll definitely feel good. See, you do something good, it comes back to you. Ooh, Trent Williams body slamming somebody, huh? Oh, the Eagles got the last laugh. They won the game. Trent Williams is a big fella, though. Oh, I see him in there. I see him. Like he looks large amongst a bunch of large men. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's gonna get this little guy for the Eagles. He's just gonna scrape him right off the pile, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, I think he tried to. Now that was uncalled for. He didn't have to kick him. Now all hell's breaking loose. See, he tried to kick him while he was down. I get it. You know, he was just trying to be a peacemaker, basically. And he's such a large man, kind of looked like he ragdolled this guy. Then he kicked him when he was down, though. You didn't have to do that, Trent. Come on. It was uncalled for. The 49ers are all pissed off. The Eagles are like, what? What's up? What's up? It's our guy that got slammed. Where's that guy that got slammed? Is he okay? It's 31-7 at this point in the game. You know, look, Trent Williams thought he was going to the Super Bowl. He's upset. The Eagles are like, yeah, scoreboard, baby. Who's the guy that he slams, though? Wallace. Oh, my God. He shoves it. Oh, maybe there wasn't a kick. Damn, somebody got a good shove on Trent Williams. I feel like if I shoved Trent Williams, he wouldn't even move an inch. They're going to just keep showing it. I mean, he's got to outweigh that guy by 150 pounds. Well, that guy gets up and throws a punch at somebody. All right, well, this was a worthy little scuffle for a football game. Oh, he's got the visor. That's good. That'd come in handy, that visor, in one of these football scuffles. With that helmet and that visor and the face mask, I'd feel pretty safe. I'd go out there and throw down. Pretty cool. Oh, Wallace looks all right. He's like, I know it's embarrassing, dog. You just got ragdolled on live TV. The whole world, you know the ratings this game gets, man. That some bitch just picked you up and slammed you like a little baby. Damn, son, you need to gain some weight in the off season. Trent Williams is probably like 335 pounds, though. Personal foul, you think? We might have offsetting. Yep, we got him going both ways. This referee, he's settled. He's calming everything down. He's like, everybody's in trouble. All right, 31-7 with 4 minutes to go in the game. Can we not kill someone? Trent Williams is quite proud of himself. Hey, he was trying to be a peacemaker initially. It just looked bad. It's kind of like when Shaquille O'Neal played basketball, you know. Like, he would just touch a guy and they would go flying. All right, let's see what else we got. That was pretty cool. Reacting to things on mute. Brock Purdy, I can't throw. Get back out there. We need you. Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake. Oh, shit, I kind of forgot about the chat, guys. What's up? What we got going on over here? Switch over to live chat. Chomper extraordinaire. All right. Give myself a thumbs up. Anything else cool on YouTube I didn't know about? I didn't know about that fight. Oh, looks like Leba interviewed another Ed Furlong interview. Nothing interesting popping up here to take a look at. I watched a bunch of stuff about El Chapo's prison, so I got a bunch of prison stuff on here right now. Yeah, it sounds horrible. And right about the time I was feeling bad for the guy, like, man, that don't seem right, dude. This is torture. Then I was reminded of all the horrible shit he did. It's like, yeah, that's right. Never mind. He probably doesn't deserve anything better. But damn, it's borderline inhumane. But the guy's also escaped several times. What are you gonna do? Let him escape again? Go kill some more people? Who's the new El Chapo? I haven't really kept up with that. Yeah, I keep hearing about The Last of Us. Joe LaRocca's been recapping it on his channel. Nah, DMC, I did not. It's funny, I was just talking about it this morning, though. Oh, yeah. Boom. Still works, too. Hell yeah, guys. Vegan Maid sent me the Twiddle package, included the Twiddle lighter. Still clean, too. Oh, maybe I might have once used it as a snuffer. What's that lady got? She's got some purple broccoli? All right. Oh. I could look up. Hold on, guys. I'll be back with you in just a second. Let me know if there's any summer tour announcement while we're on here. Okay. Now we're looking at some days in Georgia, January. So July 14th through the 16th in Georgia, July 18th and 19th, Wilmington, North Carolina, for the big North Carolina fans down there. Then you got Atlantic City with a bunch of question marks in August, of course, Dick's. MSG, we don't know. I don't know. I believe this is the first I've heard of these Georgia shows. Maybe not. No, it's not. It's not the first we've heard of them. But Alpharetta, not Atlanta. Live Oak Bank Pavilion in Wilmington. So July 14th through the 19th, Georgia, North Carolina are the latest rumors. Posted on fishrumors.com, January 31st, 2023. Dun, dun, dun. So, and this website's usually, especially as we get closer and closer, sometimes they'll post things a year out. It doesn't end up on the mark, but All right. So I don't know. I guess that makes the residency a little less likely. Oh, Brian N. likes Last of Us. It's outstanding, huh? Yeah, Joe LaRocca, I think, likes it too because, he's been reviewing each episode, so I'd say that's probably means he definitely likes it. And then just been hearing about it other places too. Like, and then I saw somebody pointed out that the season finale airs against the Oscars. That's kind of funny. Sorry, Oscars. But I don't know much about that. I don't really know anything about it. Okay, so the game was as far back as PS4. So the game was quite a while ago. Man, it looks amazing. I just clicked on a little bit of the game just because, I don't know. I don't even know about that. Full game, no commentary. Ooh, that's freaky. He's walking through like a flooded building. It's gross. So much bacteria. Oh, this guy's on fire. No, he set him on fire, I see. Pretty wild game. Damn. So, I hear Pedro Pascal's in it. I really like him. Yeah, there he is. I like him. Liked him in Game of Thrones, obviously. Like him in The Mandalorian. You very rarely know it's him. Mando. Seriously. He's a good actor. Just never know. He's hiding in that uniform. You can't really see it. Just gotta trust him. Ew. Oh man, what's this guy eating? A scorpion or something? What's going on here? Oh, the first zombie attack scene. All right, I'll watch the first zombie attack scene from the first episode. This can't be that way. I'm not like watching something from episode 3 and some weird spoiler. This little girl looks scared. Oh, she just stepped on blood. That's very thick blood. I guess blood is thick, I guess. It's thicker than water, they say. Uh-oh. Grandpa's down. She looks shocked. Uh-oh. Somebody else is down. Oh, no. Someone's eating somebody. We got a zombie situation here? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Who is that? That grandma? Who is this? What is that like? Oh, God. All right. Yeah, run. Little girl runs. That's smart. Are the zombies like real slow and stupid? Oh, there's Pedro Pascal. Hell yeah. Saves the little girl. Uh-oh. Comes that old person. So is the little girl gonna have to see someone she loves get killed? Yep, I guess so. Even though they're already dead and like a zombie. Yep. So all right, we get that out of the way. First episode. Shit gets real on the little girl quick. Pedro Pascal. It looks like he's taken out a zombie or two already. Man. Cool. Well, as far as like apocalypse zombie stuff goes, I really, really liked the first season of The Walking Dead. You know, I know it quickly kind of went downhill, but that first season I still think is pretty cool. I liked it. I think I even watched the black and white version at some point. I was like, why not? I'll give it a shot. It's only like 6 episodes or something that first season. Okay, these zombies are kind of whack. The lady was just doing the Humpty dance, I think. She's supposed to be a zombie, though. Or maybe not. I don't know. That might not have been. Maybe that's a real person. I don't know what was going on. He might have just ran over not a zombie. The lady might have just been doing the Humpty dance in the street. All right. Well, I don't know. I never played the game, so. And then, yeah, she was doing some chomping, Brian. Yeah, Michael, I hated to see him go down to the Bengals, too. Did that make you feel a little better, though, that the Bengals lost? Ah, cool. Pedro's good in it, huh? Nice. Yeah, DMC, if I do watch it, I certainly will. What's up, Turd Ferguson? No, I wasn't really prepared for this. Thought you guys would be working. I thought there's two things here. I thought going in. I was like, well, people are probably going to be working this time of day. Maybe I can catch them on their lunch break or something. or a lot of the people that are attracted to me and my channel in this video are unemployed. This is also a strong possibility. I've talked to some of you guys. I sort of wonder. I'm like that Cubs manager that one time. He was all pissed off and mad and ranting. He said something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, but that most people in Chicago work and the rest of these assholes come to Cubs games. Something along them lines. You get the point. Oh, you're iced up, Seastone. Where you at? Sounds like pretty quickly south of Ohio it got nasty. On my own screen. Oh, Dallas, huh? Wow. Well, this does seem to happen every now and then. Maybe more recently. A couple of last year or 2 years ago, Texas got hit with some real cold weather. And then obviously I remember the time a long time ago when I was a kid when there's like a bunch of snow at a Cowboys game. That was wild. Nice, good call, Brian. Now don't let me keep you too long. I want to get you in trouble. But what the hell are you watching? Oh, cool, man. Hope the surgery wasn't anything too serious. Yeah, I mentioned earlier my dad was supposed to go in for something small today and got postponed on him. I don't know if it was weather related or what was going on. Well, what was going on out there at 5 o'clock this morning? Might have to reload at some point. I don't know how there's birds out there. I hear birds out there. It's like 20 degrees. What kind of birds are these? Yeah, probably those starlings. It's those birds, man. It's all those birds from Canada. The Canadian birds. They ain't supposed to be here. Taking over. Put up a net. Put up a net. That's a good idea. The wall on one border, a net on the other. Damn. Geese out of here. Yeah, the Dayton Penguins. Oh, maybe it was a squirrel pretending to be a bird. That happens every now and then. Got some crazy squirrels around here. I think the one squirrel that we were feeding, like all the way back in the spring and summer, kind of still comes around. There was one out there the other day. It was not like scared away by us or when we opened the door, threw a couple almonds out there. It was just all over him. Chomped him down and was ready for some more. Our cat, though, but she was on it. She was wanting to get there. Sometimes she'll just look out this window over here, and when I can, like, all of a sudden hear her tail hitting the wall, I'm like, oh, there must be a squirrel. She's getting down. So, where we're going to get it. It seems like I wonder if Divided Sky will come back in Mexico. That was one that was kind of missing lately. And then someone pointed out, was like, well, they haven't played enough outdoor shows recently. Got to be out dope. How's the weather supposed to be in Mexico? They don't ever get ice, do they? Yeah, maybe up northern Mexico, perhaps. Well, then in the altitude spots, how's that work? I don't know. Mexico City's at altitude, but awful far south. I can't imagine. Yeah, I have actually. I had a Midwest toad. I mean, I think it's all kind of the same. The different regions have different names, but yeah, one of them was I think it was just called Midwest toad. And then I might have tried something else by the Tyson brand. Haven't tried any edibles or anything. I hear he's got like some ear bites. Tyson, wanted to call them holy ears, he said, but decided against it. BA seems, and you know, when it first debuted here in Ohio, they really put out they put their best foot forward. Good prices, good quality. Um, and I think maybe the second time we tried it, it was just okay. It was like, okay, well, now this is just another, you know, one of many. But I did like it that first time for sure, when it was the best. In fact, there was a lady at the dispensary, like, guy was ordering the same thing, and she like said to her coworker, like, "Hey, this guy got you know, like popcorn buds or whatever, or smalls or something." She was like, "These look." She was like, "No, no, no." So even if you got like smalls or popcorn buds or something, just to save a little bit on the price, it still looked like really good. So good that the employee thought like maybe it was somehow labeled wrong or something. Ooh, you're working third shift, huh? Yeah, I've never done that. Second, I guess is better. I don't know. I suppose. Yeah, third's kind of whack because then everything's screwed up. Although I don't know, some could argue second's the worst. At least I still have days to do things. Like I went out and ran a few errands today. I can do that if I want. I don't know. Do some things if I get up and mow the lawn or whatever. Although mowing the lawn kind of sucks, man, because I really need to do it at 3, 4, 5 p.m. because the way the sun would be hitting, the yard will be like completely dry. Takes a while for the sun to like completely nail my backyard and totally dry out all the grass. The grass. I do not think I am. No, I do not think I'll catch Dead and Company this summer. I've never been the biggest fan, though. You know, not a hater by any means, but nah, I don't think so. Even knowing it's going to be the final time, the final hurrah. Geez, I just can't imagine Phish or anybody in Phish doing something Phish related this far down the road. Although we're already at 40, so I mean, you could see 50 being very possible. I mean, they did a GD 50 thing. I mean, obviously, with deaths and whatnot, it wasn't the complete band, but I guess obviously if we could see Phish as they are doing Phish 50. Hmm. You think they'll bring Jeff out at all this year? Will Jeff join them at stage at some point during the 40th anniversary? I don't know. Will they do 40 shows this year? 40 for 40. And then slowly ease into retirement. Maybe next year they'll do the residency. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Every now and then I'll check out a video on YouTube of theirs from something recent. And then there's the guy, Grateful Dean. He still does the recaps of them. I'm sure he's going to do it all the way right up to the end. And he seems to usually be pretty honest. So if he says something's cool and I can find it on YouTube, I'll check it out. Um, yeah. Yeah, a fair bit. Really hoping the Wilmington rumors are true. Cool, cool. Yeah, I bet you Spud does too. Chuck. We got quite a few people from North Carolina that hang out, come by and say hi on this channel from time to time. I can't believe I don't have like a hair tie in here. Yeah, the ever elusive scrunchie is somewhere. Oh, I have to go get that. Yeah, right. Weir will be doing something. Trey will probably be the one guy in the band that will always do something. I can see Paige and Fishman maybe drifting off and rarely heard from. Mike still doing some things, you know, maybe being similar to Phil Lesh. Let's hope Mike doesn't get that far. don't know. Yeah. I just came out here to get my hair beat. Nah, that's a bit much. Especially when I'm always hiding it anyhow. Oh yeah. We're set. A couple groceries showed up too while I was out there. Man. What do you call that spot on the bottom of your foot? It's not the heel, it's not the arch, it's like the palm. Like I would call it the palm of your foot up there, right? Like close to your toes. Not in the arch, not the heel, but like, like this part right here. I don't know what I've done, but sometimes when I step on it, I'm like, ooh, ow, ooh, ah. It's like a little sore. Like I don't know what I did. I don't really remember doing anything. My shoes are all checked out. Now, the other day, I wore a pair of old shoes that I haven't worn in a long time. And it's like, I think the last time I wore them, they got soaking wet and then they dry and they just been sitting out on the porch and they've almost like bananaed a little bit. And I wore them to work and man, it fucked up one of my toes. Like I had to really stuff my feet into them and they just were not, they were like brand new shoes that needed broken in, except these were completely screwed. Oh, okay. Yeah, really, man. I did not take care of those shoes. That's the metatarsal? I'd like to call that the palm. Well, it's all right, though. It's not the worst thing. It's not crippling. I'm not like Deion Sanders. He's like, everybody just cut off their big toe. I remember when he had like a turf toe injury, and people kind of thought like, oh, it's just a toe. What's going on? Deion thought it was a big deal. And hell, you see the way he walks now. I think that's still all because of that toe. I don't know. He might have lost that toe by now. I don't know. But when you see Deion walking, he walks like a foreign guy that played, 10 plus years in the NFL or whatever. And I think it's all because of that toe. It's not that he has a messed up back or neck or, torn up knees. I'm sure none of that stuff's great either. The position he played, I guess you take less of use. OKC number 1, or I forget what this one was even called. Creamsicle. We'll go with some creamsicle. Well, thanks everybody hanging in there. It's almost February. I didn't know what to call this video, so I just called it It's Almost February. But can you believe it? Wasn't it just like Christmas the other day? Crazy. Thanks to Brian and Phil, obviously, again. Appreciate it, you guys. If you weren't here earlier, I told a story about how the guy at the bank gave me too much money, and I returned it and told him, and he seemed very grateful, actually. I wasn't even sure why I was doing it, man. I'm like, whatever, man. The guy made a mistake, whatever. I was like, maybe I should have. And then I was like, nah, I ain't going to keep it. I'll take it back over to him and be like, here, man, I think you accidentally gave me $20 too much. And then sure enough, a couple of nice people made a $20 donation here during the live stream. So boom, cool. It all worked out. I did the right thing and it paid back. I mean, I always kind of feel like I do the right thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm no angel, but I try to do the right thing. That's why sometimes life gets frustrating, man. When it's kicking your ass, you're like, man, what the fuck? I try to just keep my head down. I ain't hurting anybody, ain't bothering anybody, go about my business, do the right thing. When's the ball going to bounce my way? Well, sometimes the ball bounces your way. You just got to really remember those moments. You got to make note of those too. It's really easy. It's just like here on YouTube. It's really easy. 10 people are like, hell yeah, man, love your videos. And then one guy's like, you're a scumbag loser. That's the one you're going to remember. Life's kind of like that too, I guess. You're going to remember the kick in the nuts a lot more than you're going to remember the pats on the back, I suppose. And it's like, we ain't out, all of us, we ain't out there looking for pats on the back, are we? But it sure feels nice. You know what I'm saying? That's how Bob Ross rolled. Oh, that's right. Speaking of Bob Ross, there was this interesting podcast about Bob Ross, the guy was doing. He was like sprinkling in, parts of the Bob Ross show. Every now and then it'd be like he would be asking Bob a question and he would just play like a little clip of, I don't know. It was just kind of funny and interesting how he did it. I think you'd have to probably be a real big Bob Ross fan to like it, but the perm. Guy was a pretty good painter, man. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know what it is. I thought I'd show you guys, but you don't need to see my feet. I don't think I got any calluses there. I just meant the particular part. What is the particular point? It's very particular about that point. Like we all know the heel. I don't know why I'm not believing Brian in. I guess I should. I guess I thought I'm like me who knows really very little. I'm like, I thought the metatarsal was something else. Be one of them guys on the internet that's like, you ask a question, someone gives you the answer, and you're like, I don't think that's it. And you're like, no, this is it, dude. It's like, I don't think so. That don't sound right. It's like, well, then what would you ask for? I got a guy at work does that to me sometimes. Occasionally, he'll ask me something. He'll stumble into something I know a little bit about, and I'll tell him, nope. They'd be like, that don't make no sense. I don't know about that. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I'm no genius, but this one I happen to know. I'm sure about this one. He ain't buying it. I'm like, well, then what'd you ask for? This was my all-time favorite. Nah, I don't even want to say it. That's a shit. I don't want to embarrass the guy. He might occasionally maybe could tune in. I don't want to embarrass the guy. Not you, dude. uh, nice, Brian. Good, good. See, it seemed like that don't seem right. But I'm glad at least I knew to like don't trust my gut because I really don't know. I asked, I got some answers. I think Michael was like, saying what the problem could be. Like, oh, you probably got some calluses down there, but nah, unless they're internal. As someone new to Phish, what album to recommend to start with? See, for me, it was actually the album Hoist. Like, I had heard lots of Phish here and there, and then also a live one. Like, a friend had a live one on a CD, and we'd play video games, but I wasn't 100% hooked then. It was okay. Like, even, it was almost funny to me a little bit. But then at some point, he left Hoist in my car, and I popped it in, and I did start to like it a little bit. Now I don't know if I would even put Hoist in my 5 favorite albums. But for me, anyhow, Hoist was a good place to start. Farmhouse too. See, I try not to go too, and then if you start to like them, then yeah, man, you'll dive right in, and you'll find whatever your favorite album is. For a lot of people, their first 2 or 3 albums were their 2 or 3 best. Nah, not necessarily. I don't know. That's not true. Then there's Ghost and the ones with RS. Yeah. Billy Breeze. Billy Breeze is possibly another good one to start with. Ooh, that might be my second choice. Hoist or Billy Breeze is where I would start. Yeah, and a live one. A live one did kind of break me in. And then sometimes it takes a couple tries, man. I just went through that with King Gizzard. I think at least 2 other times I tried listening to them, and I really couldn't get very far. A couple songs completed, a few other songs not even completed, and then the third time I tried listening to them, it just really clicked, and I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. And then within a week, I was like listening to everything, listening to live shows. Then I got to the point where I was like wanting to learn things, and then like listening to an album, and then looking the album up, finding out little interesting nuggets about it. Like Nonagon Infinity. Did you know? I don't want to turn into like a gizzard guy of like how Phish people are. But I was saying I'm even watching like fan documentaries on YouTube, Gizzard, like the journey to get to Red Rocks. But there's one guy there was like some kind of meetup, and he was like, yeah, I'm that crazy guy that just like never shuts up about King Gizzard. So it's kind of nice to be around a bunch of other people that just want to talk about King Gizzard. I was like, yeah, I've been there with Phish. I think 03 and 04 were probably the years where that's just all I wanted to talk about was Phish. And luckily I would get to go to some shows. My friends, my closest friends at the time, they really liked Phish too. Those 2 geezers, though, man, they kind of bailed. My one friend went to one of the Wrigley shows with me, and then the other one, man, his last shows might have been like Alpine in 2011, maybe. We might have done Alpine, and there might have been 2010. We did 09 Cincy, 2010 Alpine, I believe, together. And I remember asking him then, do you think you'll do this as long as they play? And he was like, oh, I don't know about that. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And he was like, what? um, yeah, I expected for sure he would be like, of course, I'm in it to the end. Now, finally, 12 years, I'm still in it to the end, but. And in those shows we went to in 2009 and 10 weren't exactly great. In fact, by like 2000 and the end of 2011, all of 12 and all of 13, I kind of checked out. Didn't go to any shows, didn't really listen, didn't even look at set lists, didn't really know what was going on in the world of Phish. I think I heard about that tweezer, though. That Tahoe tweezers might have been like, what? Phish did something kind of crazy? Like good? Crazy good? And then I remember listening to that tweezer, maybe got 11, 12 minutes, and was like, okay. And then by the end of it, I was like, damn. And immediately just like rewound it back like 19 minutes or something. And then in 2014, I was back to going to shows. Boom. Now it's 2023, though, man. At some point, it's got to end. I mean, I'm not really going to shows anymore. I feel like if one falls right into your lap, you got to go. Like, meaning they play the Nutter Center. And then if they do a residency at MSG, Mary really loves the city. Hasn't been there since like September 12th or something. She really, yeah, you know, that September 12th too. Maybe it's 13th or 14th. I don't know. She had to get tickets and all that. Like took a bus. It's insane. But she loves the city, and she seems to think she knows her way around. I'm like, that was a long time ago. Everybody seems to think they know something about New York City, but I don't know if but again, there it is again. Like people are always like, no, you do this and this and this, and it's real easy, man. It doesn't get overwhelming, and you know, you're not gonna get lost or whatever. I'm like, dog, I got lost inside a hotel once. Don't tell me where I ain't gonna get lost. I got lost fucking leaving Alpha. I don't know. Now that I trust, I've gotten better. Now I trust what people say more so. Don't trust my gut so much. I CTV understands. I don't trust my gut when I don't know anything. You know what I mean? If you don't know anything, probably don't trust your gut. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you've watched 1,000 football games and you're like, I might bet $100 on this game. You know, you can go with your gut then. But if you've never seen, like, I don't even understand cricket. I would not just trust my gut and be like, you know, I like that team with the blue and red. I'm going with them. Look at that. That coach looks like he knows what he's doing. Or just out there in real world stuff, too. You're like, huh. I thought that dude told me to go left and the highway's like a couple miles that way, but I think it's this way. Don't do that shit. Thank God for like phones and stuff now, though. Oh, the Man, huh? You know, that's interesting because I know they have played some killer shows there. But yeah, like, you know, there was a time maybe in 2003, even before that, maybe during the hiatus when I was like going crazy downloading shows. There was like a hit list of venues, and a lot of them I have hit. Like Hampton was on there, Merriweather was on there, Alpine, yes. It's another one that I always liked. It wasn't the Man though. Oh, I don't know about the SPAC, but there was a couple of venues from the like late 90s, early 2000s that or 2000, I guess, that like, man, every time I download a show from this venue, it's awesome. It was Alpine, Merriweather, Hampton. I mean, not Deer Creek necessarily. Deer Creek was kind of a layup. It was almost like a hometown. Same thing with Nutter Center. Like, I would have been like, damn, they always kill it in Dayton. But yeah, I'm probably going to go to a Dayton show. I went to see a show at the Spectrum, speaking of Philly, but yeah, that's interesting. I actually saw a show at the Spectrum, and boy, was it a rough show. It was that '03 holiday run where things were getting bad, man. It was a sign of things to come. If Coventry was like, oh, this is bad, that holiday run in '03 was pretty bad. I mean, at least '04 had some moments. Yeah, Alpine's not necessarily that sounds great. Blossom's one that I do. There's another one. It's in state though. That one sounds pretty cool. Everywhere, even the lawns are starting to sound cool now, though. The last couple of summers, maybe they started that in 19, I believe, when Phish was adding more speakers to the lawn or something, man. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember lawn seats got a lot better in 19, I believe it was. Um, because yeah, I remember the second set of that crazy Alpine show in 19 with the Ruby Waves and Iculus and all that. I was on the lawn and I was like, man, this sounds great. I don't know, maybe it would have sounded even better down there where I was the first set, but yeah, me neither. And it used to be, Jay, because I was always by myself. Got to a long time, like most of the Phish shows and just most things I did in life. I was just always by myself. As I got older, my friends got older. I didn't have a girlfriend or married or anything like that, no kids. So, like, friends move away, and then you just find yourself doing all kinds of stuff by yourself. So, I don't know. It would have been better to have, like, maybe like somebody there to help guide. Be like, no, 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 this is what we do. Or, like I said, once phones came along and you just kind of type in the address, MSG, directions from Dayton to MSG by car. Yeah, that's the other thing, man. I'm also a driver. I prefer driving places, but like I drove to that show in Philly. It was like 11 hours from Dayton to Philly or something. And it was a nightmare. Once we got close to Philly, it was a nightmare. It'd been like, yeah, there's like the highway was just packed. There was like a Sixers game and a Phish concert going on or something at the same time. And they had this like whole sports complex there. And I just remember like young Sixers fans looking at some of the Wooks and all these beer bottles and everything, and dads being like, "Come on, come on, let's get in here and see Allen Iverson ball his ass off." Um, Yeah, it wasn't necessarily by choice, JJ. But I mean, maybe that was some of my like, oh man, I'm sort of nervous. I don't want to do this. Like, I'm going to get lost. There's going to be all these people. Like Wrigley, I had my friend with me for night one that made that much more tolerable. Be like, well, you figure out some stuff and I'll figure out some stuff. And together, I think we'll be all right. And mostly we were, man. I think mostly we were. We used Spot Hero. I don't know if that's still an app. I think it was in 2015, I believe, were those Wrigley shows. Or 16, I don't remember. Maybe 16. Well, we used something called Spot Hero. It's like an app where you could like you could find a parking spot on the app, and then it just, boom, take you right to that spot. And boy, one night we parked underneath the train. There was like grease from the train dripped all over my rental car. I was like, oh no. It wasn't easy to clean off either because it was like grease with like railroad dust in it or something, man. It was nasty. 16, all right, yeah. Um, so, hmm, what was it? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, nothing came of it though. The rental company, I don't know. They didn't say shit, and it's not like they came after me. They didn't care. Trying to find the train station. See, yeah, that would be me. Dude, I got lost inside the MGM basically. I mean, that's a whopper of a hotel, but I remember I was going to meet up with this dude, and he was like, "We're over here," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, I think I know how to get there." I went the wrong place, man. I guess I was like, "Yeah, I'll just go over here and take that elevator." I don't know, man. I was all messed up. And then finally, he was like, "You know where those slot machines where I saw you yesterday? Go there. I'll come meet you." Guy wanted to hang out with me, but he was like, I didn't know it was going to be so much work. And I just remember it being a hike from your room down to the show. Like, whoa. Nobody told me it was going to be a 20-minute walk. Hey, what's up, Stavely? Hey, what's up, Chinchilla? Boom, boom. Yeah, I wondered. Occasionally something comes up and it's like, damn it, wish Stavely was here. He would know what show that was from in 96. Back in 94. All right. Well, we've gone on way too long, but why stop now, I know. It is. It certainly is. It's certain. And when I say 20 minutes, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I don't know. Maybe not. By the time you get out of your room, walk down the hall, get to the elevator, get past all that nonsense because they want to hide the elevators. Then you're walking through the casino. Then you get into like the mall area and more halls. And then finally there's the venue over there. Oh no, you got lost in a subway tunnel? See, that would sound like a nightmare as well. Think of some other places I got lost. I got lost my freshman year running cross country. We were just back, and I was kind of like new to that area and school system. We were just like running through the woods or whatever. I don't know. I stopped off to take a leak. I was like, I'll catch up to them. I did. And I thought I saw where they went, man. I don't know what happened. You're out in the woods. You never been in them woods before. I got all turned around. I like ended up exiting the park like completely opposite end of like where everybody like pulled in and their parents dropped them off or whatever. So yeah, I've been getting lost since I was like 14 or 15. Not too much. I did for a little. I got into Mo a little bit a long time ago, but uh, I haven't heard anything recently. And the only time I did see them live at, I think I caught some of their set at Bonnaroo, the very first Bonnaroo. I mean, that sounds how long ago I was into Mo. I don't know if I've been to an actual proper country concert. I know sometimes Billy Strings gets country this and that, and sometimes it sounds very country, but um, concerts are definitely my favorite. I did some professional wrestling when I was younger, for sure. They would come through Dayton quite a bit. I think they still do come through Dayton quite a bit. I guess I don't know about that for sure, but it seems like it. Yeah, one time I was leaving a concert on gel caps, and every the first time I like saw the cars in the parking lot, they were all my car. There was like 10,000 escorts. I was like, uh-oh. And then when I like looked away to my friends, like, oh my God, what the hell? And then when I looked back, it was normal. All the cars were just what they were. I've had those situations too where the car does just pop up. One time we were with a friend and he got lost from the car. We actually did good. Me and friend A like made it to the car, but friend B, like this lot was empty, man. There was maybe 15 cars left and like 100 yards away, probably. We were like, is that him? He was just like walking at that point through an empty field. Like, dude, there's only a couple of cars left. Just come and look at. Maybe that's what he was in the process of doing. I don't remember, but oh man. Whoa, that would have been something, Chinchilla. I've done amusement parks and Jethro Tull. That's my two things tripping, as far as I know. Can't remember. Maybe like a laser light show. Oh wow, something's coming to the Nutter Center tomorrow, huh? Wow. Hmm. Yeah, I went to the one in Columbus back in March. I hear ticket prices have gotten nuts though. I don't know if these are just the ones outside of the US or if this is going to like become the new norm or what's going on there. Leave the twiddle lighter on display. Whoa. But yeah, I would certainly go to another one. The one in Columbus was cool. Now, they're long, but I guess you just got to prepare. I ate lots of food there at the arena. All right, man. Boom. We'll see you later, Endorado. Thanks for chatting. You too, man. You have a good afternoon. I don't know, Chinchilla. Did you hear Volk talking yesterday? He had me fired up, man. He made me a believer. He was just like, he basically, if you didn't hear it, he was basically like, I'm strong everybody looks at me and's like, he ain't all that until they touch me. He was like, give me 10 seconds with Islam. His face is going to change. I was like, all right, I want to see it. I don't know if that's real or not. Look, he might be like, people say the same thing about Islam. Apparently, he's just freakishly strong. But I think he'll try, dude. Even though Islam striking has gotten way better, Islam striking is probably better than Khabib's. Probably is better than Khabib's. And I don't think he can strike with Volk, though. I don't think. So he's going to certainly want to take him down. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm more interested now. Yeah, man. Yesterday, he had me fired up with what he was saying. He was basically like, I see how Islam looks at me. Everybody looks at me that way. And I'm going to tell you what, 10 seconds in the cage with me, his face is going to change. And I was like, hell yes. We'll see. Woo. But, dude, Islam, he's no chump. Who knows, man? Yeah, it's been a while, but man, he just almost never gets hit now. But good luck not getting hit by Alex. Dude, his striking is sharp. And it seems to always get better. Has he fought anybody since the zombie? He has, yeah, certainly. But man, not that the zombie's known for defense. But yes, I don't think Islam's going to want to strike with him for too long. So, man, I would have thought the same thing about Charles, obviously. Would I say Charles and Alex are on the same level striking, though? No, I think, well, Charles is a great striker. Okay, that was the one after Zombie. Okay, yep. Yeah, got even see. That was probably his cleanest victory over Max. Yeah, just I guess JJ. My problem is I've watched too many of them. There's sometimes when I could skip some prelims or skip some fights and just end up watching them all. Especially since I started doing the DraftKings fantasy. Man, I've only since gambling's become legal in Ohio. I've only placed one real bet, lost. Picked Gilbert Burns by decision, and Gilbert Burns won by first round finish. Damn. And I tied them together too. Parlayed or whatever. Yeah. I know. That's another. Right. I can't imagine his striking is going to be anywhere near Gon's, but where will his wrestling be? I would say pretty. I want to say pretty strong, but we'll see. No kidding. I did not know that. But I guess I have noticed they're never really holding events there. I don't know, but isn't that hilarious? I mean, he wonders why they won't put him in the Hall of Fame. He still does stuff like that. Ah, cool. KP and RM, thank you, thank you. We'll have some whiteboard recaps coming soon. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I didn't catch what company it was, but one of the sports betting companies or apps or whatever had Pete Rose place the first bet. Scam likely. It's just two during this call or during the stream. Well, the stream is an hour and 24 minutes now. It might be a bit much. I think we've talked about some things. I don't really need to stay here until 3 o'clock. I go out there and rough Rose up a little bit, get her belly. She's out there trying to sleep. I'll go out there and rub her belly. She's like, she's just like such a baby. Such a little whimpering baby. Sure does piss a lot though, man. Man, do you guys have cats? Do they pee a lot? This little fucking litter box always piss. Drinks a lot of water though, I guess. I don't know. How much was the bet he placed? I did not even know I never even thought about the amount. I didn't pay attention to that. No, we didn't, man. We just got a little bit of snow. It's really cold, but we just got some snow, and that's it. But yeah, I heard places south of here definitely got some ice. As far down as Texas. It seemed like Tennessee was going to get nailed. Cool. Peace out. Nice seeing you, Improvise. Been a while. One of these days. And, all right. I think we've covered everything. Right? Right. See, Chinchilla's got to run. Boom, boom. Well, I appreciate everybody. I know some of you guys were here for a while. TB and Jay. Big thanks to Brian and Phil. Chinchilla showing up at the end from Michael Myers. Where'd Michael Myers? Star Lake rumor, huh? All right, Michael Myers. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, we did. We talked about the latest rumors. Patrick was here. Indorado chiming in. JJ. Stavely saying hello. All right. It's cool. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out for a while. And we will, Dan Z, of course, showing up early to say hello. Spud was here earlier. No Woody B this time. Gabe Berkey, maybe some other time. All right. Andrew Duddy, he didn't get the notification. Boy, oh boy. All right, guys. Yep. And always, yeah, feel free to chat amongst yourself, especially when I get up and leave the room for several minutes at a time. There I go. I keep wanting to stop this with my mouse. It's not how this thing works, man. Although I did have it up on my monitor to more clearly see the chat. Boom. All right, guys. Of course, thanks for the donations. And we are on our way to Mexico. Couch tour, that is.